In this box we've got the cheapest electric bike that I bought on Aliexpress the other day. And without being said, let's unpack the thing. The battery is packed separately, as we can see. The charger and some other details are in this box. When we pulled out all this stuff, we got this. It seems we'll have to assemble this bike. Let's do it. Actually, it's packed so carefully, as if it was the most expensive bike, not the cheapest. But finally I managed to get rid of all the package. Firstly, I attached the braking disc. Then installed the seat. Then we install a front wheel and check the idle run of the both wheels. It's quite decent, by the way. After that, we attach the handlebar and the case for the battery and join the wiring. Well, let's try to switch it on. It's alive. Then we need to attach the pedals, and the only thing is to inflate the tires. It seems that's all. Let's go to check the result. Well, as to the very first impressions, they are quite good actually. But what if we look closer at it? Hi there, as usually it's me, just a voiceover, you're watching Review Machines, and this is the cheapest electric bike of this season. We will discuss the price a bit later, but it's really the cheap full-size electric bike available on the market today. By the way, the seller on Aliexpress has quite decent feedback, so we decided to choose his bike. It's called Begasso Soldier. We will examine it today thoroughly to find out all the pros and cons of this bike. Then we'll make all the main tests, including the range. And I think it's high time to begin. Let's go! Well, Begasso Soldier. This electric bike has 26-inch wheels. The frame is foldable, it's made of steel, the paint seems to be alright, but welding seems to leave much to be desired. According to the official specs, there is a rear motor wheel, 1000 watts power. Actually, I have some doubts it's really 1000, nevertheless it's marked so. The battery is attached to the handlebar in a back. It's 15 ampere-hours capacity, 48 volts battery. Controller is in the case attached to the frame, and there is a pocket for a smartphone. There is 7-range Shimano gear. The disc brakes are mechanical. The seat is rather tough. I would rather have a bigger and softer one. By the way, the both wheels are equipped with suspension system, but it's obviously cheap, so we don't expect any surprises from it. The fenders are rather useless, frankly speaking. At the handlebar we see just a minimal battery indicator, that's all. The frame is foldable. The locking gear is simple, and it's easy to transport the bike when it's folded. And finally, let's weigh our bike. The result is 27 kilos. Quite weighty, I should say. And now it's high time for the tests. Let's go! Well, few words about my very first impressions. Firstly, it has a surprisingly good power. So there is even a possibility that it has a real 1000 watts power. Then, despite there is a cheap suspension and foldable frame, it goes quite smoothly, without any dangling and trembling. So at a first glance it's a decent bike, but there are some drawbacks certainly. My height is 190 centimeters, and the frame is small for me, as you can see. The seat is adjustable, but just a little bit, so it may be not suitable for tall riders like me. The seat itself is rather hard and uncomfortable as to me. Fenders are real trash, but generally speaking, it seems a decent bike, as I said. Then I tried to go on the bike only by pedaling. It was quite a job, I should say. The frame is small for me. Besides, the big motor makes it a hard task to pedal the bike. So I wouldn't rely on the pedals only. It's possible only for short distances. For example, when the battery is dead, it might be useful to have pedals, or just to help the motor in assist mode to save energy. For all that, generally speaking, this bike seems to be still quite decent. But let's try it on the ground. As we can remember, we have here a full suspension system, so it should be a great feature for cross-country. And it's really quite comfortable to go on this bike across the woods, though it's clear that the suspension is cheap and one had better avoid serious roughnesses. As to the power, it's quite enough for the most cases, though I am still not completely sure that it's real 1000 watts. Speaking about the drawbacks, the big battery back on the handlebar not good for steering, it's rather weighty. The awkward fenders are really irritating, it's better to throw them away. And again about the suspension. It seems that it's a simple spring at the front, so do not expect much from it. As to the rear one, it's hard to say something, I could barely feel that it works. But on this video we can see that in fact it works in some way. And for now we have some more important tests, but now it's time to recharge the battery. So we are ready to begin the range test. Let's start the tracker and hit the road. The conditions are: all the way I go at a speed about 30 km per hour. My weight is 87 kilos. The wind is comfortable. And while the battery is full, let's check the maximum speed. In standard mode, I get 35 km per hour. But here we have a sport mode. Let's try it. Surprisingly, I managed to get 43 km per hour, that I consider a good result for the cheap bike. What do you think, guys? Maybe it's a real 1000 watts? But what about the range? And finally we've got the result. It's almost 38 kilometers. And again, not bad for the cheap bike with 15 Ah battery. Well, to sum up our review, I can say it's a decent cheap bike, but with some drawbacks. I mentioned them all. And speaking about the price, I bought the bike for about $700. But mind that the total price depends significantly on the shipping, so check the shipping costs before buying it. Well, let's go today, my friends. Thanks for having a ride with us. Please post your comments what you think of this bike. Consider subscribing the channel if you liked this video. Stay with us, there will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.